Alrighty guys, so let's get back at it. So as you can see, I took advantage of our heat production to go ahead and start making power. We are making more power right now than we need, um, but at some point we're going to probably need more than this, maybe, I don't know. I wish there was a way to do power to heat for like remote, so you run lines out and then you connect like an electric heater of some sort. Um, but there doesn't seem to be a way to do that. I made a few other changes. I added a tank for ammonia and a tank for water, and I rerouted some of the recycling stuff because I had chests here before, and they were still filling up even with the reduction. So now I've got them going up and going through two recyclers and coming down here. I've also picking out of here because just two long-handed inserters per each one wasn't enough, so I've got three long-handed inserters to pull out so that I'm not getting ice built up in here. And what we're doing with the ice is it's coming down here, and it is going into two assembly machines that are making our ice platform. They're not making a ton, but they're making, you know, some, and it is taking care of our ice. And if I really need to, I can always come up here, grab the ice by, putting a chest up here or whatever, and start putting some more ice into these guys, because they take a fair bit of ice. They take 50 ice per essentially landfill. And I think I'm actually going to do that. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we do need some ice, or we do need some platform. So I think I'm going to, if I can squeeze it in here somewhere. Yeah, we're going to have to run a heat pipe. Not a problem. Not a problem. We'll run a heat pipe. So put that there, and we'll run a heat pipe right here. That should allow this guy to pick up and put it into this chest, and we'll be able to grab from this chest and put it down here into these guys. I know we just picked up ice. Ice, baby. There it is. So we can start, building up this, because we're going to need some ice. Now, so those are the things I kind of got started on doing, and then I got a little carried away with myself and forgot that I was not filming, and I was just doing stuff because I was in the moment. So down here I made myself a tank farm to start bringing in the stuff we're going to need and the stuff that we're going to extract. And I also made a rail depot. I'm doing a single rail, a single engine. It's going to be a little funky, but I think it's going to work. We'll see how this works out. The hardest part of this was these stupid heat pipes, because everything's got to have a heat pipe. So making it accessible was a pain in the butt. But my plan is this. I've got three stations here. I've got a drop-off for crude oil, a drop-off for fluorine, and a drop-off for lithium brine. Okay? That's the three things we need. And then if we put down a locomotive, and then we put down two tank cars and a cargo wagon, and the cargo wagon, we're not mining anything that needs a cargo wagon, but it'll make sense in a second. So that's going to give us our train, okay? And I'm going to throw some fuel in here just because none of these have fuel, because I just put them down. Right? So now they've got fuel. So what will happen is my rocket fuel will come in here, come down here. Part of it will be plucked off, put into this chest. One will go into this engine. The other one will come over here. Part of it will go into this car. Part of it will go into this engine. I'm using this to transport rocket fuel. and we'll see why when we get down the other way. So this is going to be where they're going to refuel. It's actually set up to refuel all three of them. They're basically almost carbon copies. Not quite, because I had to fit some things in. But they should do all right to refuel all of this stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and get in this car, and we're going to go over and look at what we're trying to do here. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to add station, and we are currently at the lithium brine drop-off point. So we'll do the lithium brine drop-off point. Actually, what we're going to do is we will do lithium brine pickup, right? And we're going to do a weight condition. And I'm probably going to set this to fluid count because of the fact that I've got a mixed train here. If I set it to full cargo, this is never going to get full. It's never going to go. If I set it to a certain amount of time, I don't know how long it's going to take to fill up the tanks. But I will know how much these tanks hold. So if I set it to fluid count, right, and I say, in this case, lithium brine, and I say if the lithium brine is greater than, you know, say 5 or whatever, you know, whatever the tank's going to hold, okay? So then it'll move from there, and then we're going to come back to the lithium drop-off, lithium brine drop-off, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go fluid level, or fluid count, lithium brine, and we're going to do equals 0, because I want the tank empty before it moves on to the next one, right? Because then we're going to do fluorine, and we're going to pick up at fluorine, fluid count, where's fluorine? Fluorine, right? And we're going to do the same thing, greater than 5. For now, we'll just set them to greater than 5. There's nothing there. They're not going to be picking up, so they're not going to go anywhere. We're going to have to tell it to go forward, but you'll get the idea. All right, so then we're going to do lithium drop-off, fluid, fluorine. Oh, no. We don't want lithium. We want fluorine drop-off, right? And it's grayed out because of where it is on this thing, and my train is here, and I don't have any lights because I'm only using one train. So it's giving it a little bit of a headache right now, but that's okay because when it's moving, it won't be. And we want this again to equal 0. And then we're going to do another station, and we're going to do crude pickup and fluid count, crude oil greater than 5, right? And then crude drop off, weights, fluid count, crude equal to 0, right? So now all our stations are set up. It should just follow this route repeatedly. All right, we are at lithium brine drop-off. So if we do lithium brine drop-off, it'll now progress to lithium brine, or we'll go down to lithium pickup. So here's what we got going. I did the overheads, and I came down to this island, and I came down off of the overhead, and I set up a train station. We're going to have to expand this to be able to fill these tanks. Also, we have to put heating in here. So I'm going to pluck off of this into a chest or something, and then that's going to take the rocket fuel out, run a heater. That'll be able to run our heat pipes, and we'll go from there. So now, since we're never going to get this, we'll go to the next one. So that's brine drop off, so it's going to come back up on the same route, and since we're using a single train, I don't have lights. So it'll go to the drop off, we're at empty, so now it's going to leave, it's going to go to the next one, which is going to be fluorine, which is the other island down here, and we'll do the same thing, right? Why did that? Do I need an extra rail here to make it fit? I guess. Why? Oh, because there is apparently a train there that I did not realize was there. Okay. We don't need that. I ran into a train. So then that'll get done, and it'll go back to it'll go to the fluorine drop-off, which is back at the same station at the split. And head out and go to the last one, which is crude. And crude is actually up here. Okay. And then we'll say crude is done. And I'm going to stay on this screen because I'm going to turn it off when we get up there. So you see, it's choosing all three of the stations. And it should... Why? Oh, because I know why it didn't. Let's do something here. Oops. Yeah, I don't care about you. I know, you're blah, blah, blah. Somebody's attacking you. All right. And I'm pretty sure I have these lined up now. Let's do a weight condition on this one just so that it stays there. Right? So my pumps are going to go ahead and pump. Now, I only did one pump per tank because of all of this stupid routing stuff and what have you. So I only did one pump per tank, just because it was going to be a pain in the butt to try and get them all to go to the right places. All right, so there's that. So that's what we got going. That's the plan. I'm not making right now enough rocket fuel. I'm making enough rocket fuel to keep these heaters going, and that's it. So I've got this one is feeding this one and this one. This one is feeding this one and this one. Okay, so we got 3 heaters here. These ones are not fed all the time. They're occasionals, but it is maintaining 1,000 degrees C this way. And I'm getting my heat all the way down to here and everything else, so we're good to go. But that's all we're getting. We don't have enough rocket fuel production here to do anything else. So we are going to have to add more rocket fuel production. In the meantime, over here to Sid, I am sending us some more concrete because I know we're going to need the concrete. But I am sending us a butt-ton of fuel, and the next trip from Sid, we may very well completely fill it with fuel because we're making the fuel at Fulgora. I mean, it's an entire ocean of fuel. So we're just going to send it over for now until we can start making good fuel. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy started, get him over to us. And in the meantime, one thing I did not do that we are going to do is I've got the rounds on board. I just have not filled the turrets. So we're going to fill the turrets. Because it's been hanging out there in space. So let's get the turrets filled. I should have done that before we sent it, but we can get it done real quick before we get into the thick of things. And then from there, the belts will keep it the rest of the way filled. All right. So that's our plan for today, is to set up the heating portion of the drain system and verify that it works. and then I have to start working on extra rocket fuel production. So make sure this thing gets over here. Meanwhile, we can go down here, we can get on the train, and we can go to, let's go to lithium brine first, what the heck. And when we get down there, we're going to turn the train off. And it's going to stay there and wait for us. Okay, so let's go back over here, check on SID. And meanwhile, we are also sciencing. I'm working on productions. I'm taking the lowest production numbers as far as cost, and I'm just working my way through productions. I'm not going to spend 32K on projectile damage right now. We're just going to work our way through the productions and keep sending stuff over to Gleba. And keep Gleba working. So that's that. The other thing we are going to do today is we are going to start being able to produce science packs. We may not be producing them yet, but we're going to get the technology to produce them, because all that is we've got to build a machine. I want to get this over here first, and then we'll worry about that. Let me look and see how full we are in here. We're not very full at all. We're okay there. And if I have to, I can fly up and go move stuff around, which I'll probably end up having to. So let us go ahead, get out of the train, and fly up here, because we are going to have to move some stuff around. I think this storage is smaller than SID's. In fact, I know it is. So we are going to need to move storage around up here, which is relatively easy to do and minor. Just go over here and dump the stuff into chests where it's available. Right, that's everything out of there. Now we are going to want one stack of that, one stack of that. Alright, so we got everything we need for that. Let's go ahead and get SID dropping stuff. We'll drop the concrete first. And I know I got some extra. There they are. Get rid of that. Back up here to SID. I sent some more heat pipes. We're going to use them. Some underground pipes. Now it's just a matter of dropping all the fuel down. A lot more fuel, or a lot more concrete than I thought I sent. Should be the last of it, right? And then send him back to Fulgora, and we're done there. So now, while we're right here, let's go ahead and do this. We need a thing of refined concrete. We got that. All right, let's go over here. Set this guy down. Tell him to make the cryogenics plant. And then put everything we need in the cryogenics plant. And that'll give us the cryogenics. And that'll allow us to start to make should allow us to start making. Yep. So now we can make the science, which is going to take ice, lithium plate, and fluoroketone. And the lithium plate is going to take a combination of things, which is why I wanted to get my rails started and what have you, so that we can start making it, so we can pick up some of these first sciences. So let me get back down here. So I'm not necessarily worried about captive biter spawner. As far as what it's going to give us, it's not going to give us anything other than the captive biter spawner, which is going to give us eggs, which allows us to build some things. Rocket part productivity would be nice to speed up rocket parts. Legendary quality would be nice to have, obviously. This foundation is just going to give us the ability to build on the ocean. Can place on lava, on oil ocean, blah, blah, blah. But it's not cheap to make it. It's tungsten plates, it's carbon fiber, so we're sending stuff from all over hell and back. We don't really need it, so I'm not in a hurry to research it, other than to get the research. This one, on the other hand, is going to give us fusion reactors. And the fusion reactors is going to be nice. We're going to have to make fuel for it, but it's going to give us a huge bump in energy. So I made enough lithium plate. I gathered up enough lithium to do this research, which is 500, and this research, which is 2,000. So I should have enough lithium plate to do the to create the science packs to do those researches. Those are the two we're really kind of pushing for. Portable fusion reactor would be nice. We could be the Ghostbusters. That would be kind of cool. And we may work on that. It's only 1,000. But first we want to get these other two. Okay? So that is our plan for that. So let us drop this off now, because now we have them and we can worry about them, but we're not going to worry about them right now. Right now, we are going to worry about, we want concrete, we want the ice, we don't need that concrete, we want heat pipes, everything else we should have. The pump jacks are already down there marking where the holes are. So let us go down here and start dealing with this. Now, I was able to run power lines because power lines, oh, let me get any ice platforms that have been created, because we need as many of those as we can get right now. So this just took a matter of dropping an ice platform down. We can go through the ocean with these relatively easily. I thought about just running ice platform line all the way down here, but then running pipes back. But if I did that, I would have to run a heat line down here, and that just seems stupid to me, sort of. So what I think we're going to try and do is I think we're going to try and make heating down here. So we want our heating tower, and I want a chest. So then I want to come out one from the chest, so that I can put an inserter on it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to want a bulk inserter, because it's coming out of the chest. It should be stacked, right? So there's that. Now, we don't have power down here yet. I mean, we've got power, but it's not hooked up. But now we have to worry about, how do we bring, number one, how do we bring the heat pipes to all of this? And number two, how do we connect all of these? So let us start with getting these things sort of faced in a direction that we can kind of start connecting them. I'm thinking that to that. And we want to use as many undergrounds as we possibly can. Because undergrounds, we only have to heat the connections. Well, hell, that. Right, that one we might as well just hook up. So we're going to start with running the connections, because once we got the connections run, we know where we need to get heat to. Alright, so that connection goes to there, that connection goes to there, that goes to there. So those are connected. Alright. Those are connected. You suck. One more. All right. Those are connected. That leaves these ones up here and this one over here. All of these are going to connect over here. So those are connected, right? So then that leaves that. It doesn't make sense to do an underground here because it's gonna, be just as you're gonna get one space left out of it. Not even that, because you would do an underground and an underground and then a pipe. So yeah, things like that. It doesn't make sense to do it. All right. But now this got to be connected to this, and this got to be connected to this, and they've got to be connected to that. And then we have to build a pumping station. So the pumping station if we place the pumping station here, do we want to put a tank in? There is a question, right? Do we want to put a tank in? And I am tempted to put in a tank to start accumulating do a tank. You know what? We actually want to move that tank here. Better yet, can we move it here? Because then we can go here to here, and that's going to allow us to bring our heat pipes in. If we went straight, if we put the tank in the middle, we wouldn't be able to bring our heat pipes in. All right, so those two go to the tank and in. Those two go to there, those two go to there. So if we bring to there, right? And then we bring to there instead. Let's turn that off. We don't need it for right now. All right, so that's hooked up. That's hooked up. That's hooked up. That's coming down to here, around to here. That's to there, that's to there, that's to there. So technically this is all part of that. That's part of that. This is not connected. Right? So those are all connected on that side. Now we've got these guys. Those are all connected. And I know what you're thinking. How am I going to get the heat pipes from here, where it's unloading, to over here? I'm going to bring them under this bridge, because we got to heat these ones, and then I'm going to bring it down and bring it over underneath the track. We might bring it up and over. We might bring it down and over. I think we're going to bring it down and over. But these can go like that, because they can go under the ground. Right? So is that all of these hooked up? I think that goes to there, that goes to there. Okay, now we got to heat all those bastards. So there, we'll heat that. Right? That'll heat those, that'll heat that, that'll heat that. That'll heat all of that because that's diagonal. That'll heat everybody there. That'll heat all of them. That'll heat. This is going to be the problem one right here. That's going to be a problem one right there. We can get around to these ones from this side. We're not going to reach that one from there, though. We'll figure it out in a second. And novice, I don't care. Oh, yeah, I do. All right, let's go take care of this real quick. That one we do care about because that's going to just keep killing stuff. Where is that? Right there. Let us do this real quick and shut that off. It's just going to keep sending bots over there, and they're going to keep killing that until we get up here and take care of it. I don't care about the walls. We'll fix the walls when we get there. I'm going to have to, off camera, go through and push all of these bases back further as far as what's up against the walls. Just to clear them backwards a little bit. They're not in the pollution cloud, so they're not attracted, but randomly they will spawn new worms and such. Are we not have rockets right now? Oh. Here. Let's fix that. We can now go back up here and put this back where it belongs. What are we... Are you not connected? Oh, damn it. Are you connected now? There. Now these guys can come down here and take care of that. They should anyway. Yep, there we go. Alright. How are we doing here? Do we want to go over here and take care of some more of these guys? And I think the answer is yes. We'll pull those guys to the fence and let the fence kill them. We didn't want to do that. There we go. And then the train running will take care of the rest of that. What do we need here that's confused? Why are you confused? All right, do we have... We don't have. All right, I'll have to come back and pick this guy up because he's being stupid. I'll deal with that off camera. Meanwhile, let us get the rest of this right. So that should be all of that. That should be that. That should be all of that. So that should be all of them. That should be all of them. All the way down to there. That should be them. We're going to bring this around to connect it so that it's a loop. Why we didn't do it there, I don't know. That leaves that one flipping pipe right. Well, that one. This pipe right here. To get to. How are we going to get to that sucker right there? What if we did this instead? That connects that to that. Yeah, because then we could go there. We still got to do that guy. I think that's everybody, right? That's that guy heated, that guy heated, that guy heated. Not that guy. That should be all of these guys. So in theory, that should be everybody. Let's go up here and get a bunch of rocket fuel. I want to get the one going to show you guys what my thought process is. And then the rest of them I can do off camera, and I can go back to Novice and deal with the issue of the wandering bot. Alright, so theoretically that'll come down there. Now it's not going to start until we kickstart it, because it's got a kickstart. Oh, that's the other thing we got to add. Crap. Alright. Fortunately, these idiots don't require heat. Well, not idiots, but fortunately these guys don't require heat. Oops. The bad thing is until things warm up, you don't know what's not powered. All right, so that's gonna unload the train right into chest. That's going to heat this guy up. We're going to start seeing things warm up. It's going to take a while for that heat to get around to here, but it looks like it's coming down to there. That should be pumping. It won't pump until this is all heated up. I wish there was a way to do these heat pipes underground, but there is not. Now, I could raise the rail, but then I can't pump because I've got to have them. You can't put pumps on raised rails. I guess I could put that heat over on this side would be the better side to do it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and put it there, right? Maybe that would be the better side to do it because it would be closer to the majority. Maybe that would be the way to go. Oh, that's not up against it. So instead we put it there. Now these are going to start to cool back down because we don't have heat going to them, but heat will come over to them from this side. But the majority of stuff is on this side, so maybe we put it on that side. Alright, so we don't have power here. This guy's not hooked up. How's the heat over here? So it's still coming down. How's the heat here? It's coming up. I did find when I was running those ones down to that train station, this heat will actually travel pretty far, and these will continue to heat up. They just don't heat up nearly as fast because they're further away, but they will continue as long as this thing is running to heat up. The problem is going to be keeping these suckers full. Which is why I wish there was a way to heat electrically. At least just to kickstart this. Because if this ever stops, if we could just kickstart this a little bit, and it would warm it back up. I just want to make sure we get heat all the way down here. And it looks like it's going to do its thing. So it looks like we got heat everywhere. Come on, baby. There we go. See, everybody's pumping. All right. How's this? This is filling up slowly. All right. So if we get back on the train and we go to lithium brine drop off. Well, heck, we could go to manual right now because we're above the 5. We have to determine how much these tanks will hold. I think it's 25 and 25. So we may do 20 and 20. And we're going to turn that back to manual. We're going to get out of the train. And that should be pumping them out. And now they are completely empty. Right? So we shouldn't have a problem with mixing fuels. We should be able to do this. So that's how I'm going to set it up, guys. Unfortunately, right off the bat, I am going to have this puppy ship in fuel. Right? Until we can get this sorted. Now, I do want to do one more thing with this, though. I want to add 700 just to have them on board, so I can fill before we leave. So we're just going to leave this to fill up. Oh, and you know what? We didn't turn our reactor on this time around. This puppy went all the way there and back without the reactor. We can get rid of all of this. That's going to give us space for something else. Maybe more cargo. I may play with that and take out the reactor. We don't need it. It means we don't have to ship fuel. We don't have to ship fuel. That gives us more cargo room. Awesome. So I have to go back to Novice and fix Novice. I have to... Oh, you know what I didn't do down here? I didn't put a radar. We need to see what's going on down here. So it has to be in an area that is heated and powered. There we go. Now we can see from the map. So I have to do my crude oil, I have to do my fluorine, and then that will get us stuff moving. And then I'm going to have to look at how quickly this depletes, so that I know how often I need to come and visit it. But it looks like it's doing okay. I wonder if there's a way to make this more efficient. Nuclear fuel might work, but can you imagine having to ship nuclear fuel? What is the difference in... This is 100 megajoules, and this is 1.21 gigajoules. It might almost be worth it to ship nuclear fuel. That would be insane, but it might almost be worth it. How much? 10 stacks. How many's in a stack? Stack size of 1. 10 stacks per rocket. I wonder... It doesn't even say. I wonder what... Wonder, who do you know? Alright, so that's 20 per rocket. Versus... Where is fuel? There's the nuclear fuel, so the other one has to be... Why am I not seeing it right now? Where's fuel? I should see it right there. Okay, that's 100 per rocket, right? They stack in 20s. It's 100 per rocket. That's 10 per rocket, but it's an insane amount of energy. This is 20 per rocket, so I would get, if I ship the uranium in, and I could do that because we've got the smaller ships that could ship the uranium over to Falgora, and then Falgora could make it and send it, or could send it to the... I'll have to play with these numbers, guys. I'll sit down and write it out, play with these numbers, and see what's most efficient as far as shipping fuel. We might start shipping uranium fuel to run these. I don't want to. We may, hopefully, we can find something else that'll run. Rocket fuel, nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel is going to be our most energy dense. And then rocket fuel is the next. So I don't know. We're going to have to play with it. But anyway, this is my plan. I'm going to do the same thing down here. And the same thing up there. We're gonna connect all of this. We're gonna have a means of heating this, and get it all set up. And so that's that, guys. Next episode, and I'm gonna do that off camera. So next episode, this should all be hooked up and running, and we'll start cooking science. All right, guys. You guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.